Hi, my name is John from POW, and today I'm going to be giving you an update on the preparation I'm doing before I start launching a Scent account in January. Since I seen you last week, I've done a re-optimization of my portfolio, and the new portfolio has now been running for about 3 days. Let's see how it's going. Right, so with regards to this last week, I'm currently 4.4% up with a maximum drawdown, it says there, at 0.66%. In total, where that brings me since I started this account on the 29th of August, I am now 46% up with the drawdown there at 23%, which happened there back in early September. Now, when I re-optimized the portfolio over the weekend and looked at the statistics of what I should be earning over the coming months, this current portfolio has shown that within the back test of the 6-month period that I did, profit ranging from about 6 to 20% depending on which month, with a maximum drawdown of 3.5% as well. Bearing in mind that 3.5% will be based on the 100k account I tested on, but also I've got the settings now, I've changed them to put the compounding feature on, so that 3.5% here on this figure now is roughly in the range of just under $5,000. Now, based on how it's been performing so far this week, as I have been talking about over the last few weeks, the drawdown figures based on MyFX book stats, you can see here it says 0.66, but I did spot yesterday that CAD JP, yesterday, yeah, the 15th it was yesterday, today's the 16th day of recording of October, drawdown of CAD JPY did go over $4,000. However, it still says here in the drawdown it's 0.66%, which is just under $1,000 on this balance. So again, these are all just bits of information I'm going to bear in mind to help me with my decision making when it comes to the point of me launching the account in January. I'd just like to say as well on this note, for people who aren't members of POW who are watching this clip, that the re-optimization process couldn't actually be easier. I chose the pairs that I wanted to test, a proprietary software, POW Portfolio Builder, that did all the testing for me. It showed me all the statistics and metrics that I wished to look at in order to pick which set files I wanted, along with our own POW score as well. And then it then automatically revalidated all the tests for me, and then from the set files I'm running 6 set files, but I actually picked about 25 to 30 as part of my the ones that I thought that would work out really well for me across the pairs. So I had about 5 or 6 set files per pair there, and then I left Portfolio Builder do all the work as well in choosing the right combinations of set files for each symbol that I want, for each currency pair that I wanted to trade. So it's a process that I would never have been able to do by myself, by me taking about 10 days to do so, and it just did it all within a couple of minutes. Find the right combination to build the best portfolio for me with the best ratio of profit compared to drawdown, and then after that it wrapped it up nicely into a profile. And then I just simply put the profile in MT5. I didn't have to open up 6 different charts, put 6 different EAs on there, then set up 6 different set files as well. So it couldn't be easier. So if you're thinking about becoming a member here at POW, something we always look to do is look for those marginal gains from the time saving on the trader as well in that preparation mode before going live. So something else I just want to go through now before I wrap up are the questions that I'm going to be asking myself in the second phase of this demo. And I'm just going to bring them up here. So the question I'll be asking myself in the second phase will be, what's the max drawdown on the whole account? Is it in line with my risk appetite? Just for your reference, my risk appetite on my own private funds, I'm quite happy to see it go up to 20-25%. However, I wouldn't want to see it be up to there on a regular or daily basis. But if it went up to that, I would be feeling okay. Anything over 30, I really don't want to see at all. So that's where I sit with my risk appetite. So I want to make sure it is sitting below that 25% range. Also, again, here, when does the drawdown go above more than the backtest data? I did notice there in the during the first demo that it went over the backtest parameters, the data from the backtest parameters within 14 days. So I'm going to be looking out for that as well. Again, this is going to help me decide when it comes to the going live phase how often I'm going to reoptimize. But at the moment, I'm just keeping it to every 2 months just to collect the data. Also, my old friend CAD JPY, will it accumulate 20% drawdown again in this current phase? Was that time back in September a one-off? It seemed like it was a one-off in that demo in optimization number 1, but now we're in the second phase. I want to see if that's going to be repeated or not. What hinges on it for me is that if it does it again or does it more regularly, we're going to consider a couple of options, either pulling that file or once I get the finished set file out from Portfolio Builder before I put it onto my NT5 account, I could consider bringing down the lot sizes. But again, I'm not decided. These are all things I'm weighing up with that. And then as well, any standout sets from this phase? Are there any standout sets that could run by themselves? You recall last time that I decided to pick out 4 of the pairs, which I'll go through shortly, that from the last phase it was still doing really well. So I thought, well, I'll just leave them run on another demo account, and I'll show you how that's panning out in a moment. How are the set files I liked in the last phase doing? So the ones I'm about to show you now, are they still going well over the next 2 months? They would be, in theory, out of their sale by date, as it were, in comparison to the backtest duration that I tested them over. So I just want to see if they are still in line with the market and if they're still performing. Okay, so on that note, let's have a quick look at how that is performing. So these are the 4 set files: Gold, GJ, GU, and Euro Swiss. This started on, I set it up on Sunday night, so that's from Monday. As you can see there, it's currently up 2.1%, and with a drawdown there of 0.13. So 2% in the last 2.5 days or so. I'll take that. Yeah, let's just see how this demo goes. It's free. It's not. I'm just literally just seeing how it's going, just out of curiosity's sake, because these 4 pairs work so well in the first phase. When I say they work so well, a couple of them had like profit of about 3 or 4%, with a drawdown of up to about 2 to 3%. So that doesn't sound very efficient. However, if they carry on getting 3 or 4% over the next couple of months, but that drawdown stays under that 2 or 3%, well, that's going to be a return of about 6-7% with a maximum drawdown of 2 to 3. I mean, that ratio is very healthy in my opinion. So I'm just going to leave the time frame play out a bit more on those ones and see how it goes. In the meantime, I'll leave it with you, and I'll be back next week to give you another update. All the best.